lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Knowledge Podcast. My name's Ryan, and with me, as always, is my infinite co-host, the Dillbot himself. And we are going to be talking about... We said we were going to talk 3 books. We ran out of time this week, busy week, so we didn't read Savage Hearts. So we're just going to be talking Infinite Frontier number 2 and Skybound X number 2. First of all, Skybound X, multiple stories. Infinite Frontier is jumping around, so there's a lot to talk about. So
this kind of works out.
Yeah, it kind of works out, and I mean, fuck, we went long last week, and we only talked 3 books last week. So
yeah, and that's Last week was heavy. It was a lot of heavy reading.
Yeah, and I think on next week it's gonna be hard to choose what to talk about because there's a lot, but we'll talk about it at the end. So let's talk Infinite Frontier number 2 by the great Joshua Williamson, who actually has a story in Skybound X as well. So
he is all over the place.
He's amazing. Joshua Williamson's the writer. Paul Pelletier, Jesus Marino, Zermanico are the pencilers. Norm Rappin, Jesus Marino, Zermanico inkers. Romulo Fajardo Jr. on color. Tom Napolitano letters, and dope cover by Mitch Gerards.
Mitch
can't ignore that. That fucking cover is so simple, but so goddamn good.
Mitch is great. I love how experimental Mitch is with like a lot of his covers. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah. So Cameron Chase is she's in the lead story. You know, she works with director Bones for the DEO, and actually, there's an old series that J.H. Williams did called Chase that I want to bring home and read because like I know of her character, but this he was more willing to do series on characters that were not like very well known, not top tier, and I want a little more backstory because this is kind of reminding me like, oh man, she is an interesting character, and I remember from when I was younger that she was around a lot more. And it starts off with her fucking going straight to the Hall of Justice to fucking call out the Justice League, and I fucking love that. I love that, dude.
The balls.
Balls. Yeah, she gives no shits. She gives no shits, dude.
No shits, no fucks.
Yeah, and then like even Superman saying, "Last time we saw each other, you tried to arrest my wife." I love it. He just, you know what I mean? And he says it with a smile on his face, which makes that moment all the more better. I love that, the whole thing, like, with the first issue, right, was, like, people knowing about the multiverse, knowing that there's been, like, a crisis, all this kind of stuff, and, like, dealing with that, and she's basically taking this time. Superman and Batman are the only League members that she's talking to, but just talking about how like people are fucking worried. What are you guys gonna do? What
are you guys gonna do? We can't just the world can't be like, oh, the Justice League will take care of it, because it's to the point of magnitude where it's like it's a general concern that people are worried that when the next crisis happens, will it be bigger than the last? Will the Justice League be able to stop it? Like it's pretty crazy. I mean, just like knowing that the multiversal theory is real. Could you imagine the ramifications that would have on like regular people? Just this like religion, economics, just people socially. Like, how do I know you're the real Dylan from this Earth, Dylan? Like, or if that is your real name, like, you know what I mean? Like,
or is that who you are?
Or is that who you are?
Yeah.
Earth 22 Dylan, like the fuck.
No, that's interesting concept, because like it's not like the fact. I mean, we don't know. I mean, there could be a multiverse. We don't know that that's not in the realm of possibilities. Science doesn't know everything. You know what I mean? We haven't discovered everything. We don't know about aliens and fucking other life forms on other planets and other galaxies. Like, none of that stuff is known by us because we don't have the technology to really pursue going. It takes us fucking years to get to the next planet over, right? So I think that the fact that he's exploring this stuff and exploring everyday people in the DCU and how it's affecting them, and being like last time we had it in the diner, right? With where Roy was. Now we're having it told through the lens of like Cameron Chase, is just a regular human being on the planet. She's not a superhero. She's in the DO, whatever. She's bold. She's bold with how she says it. She even says, like, does that not make you feel special knowing that you're not the only Batman or the only Superman out there? Like, dude, like,
yeah, balls.
Williamson is dropping fucking bombs.
Yeah.
And just the first, like, few pages. And it just goes to show you what a great writer he is. And his knowledge of the DCU, I would put him on the, like, for me, it's like Mark Waid and Jeff Johns and Williamson all have a really deep understanding, deep knowledge of the DCU, and they take stuff from the past, bring it to the present, but don't do it in a way that feels nostalgic. It feels like they honor it, but make it fresh. So, I mean,
no, it's I mean, we were talking about this with like Black Widow earlier. Not recording that. These aren't new concepts, like ever. These aren't new concepts that no one's ever touched on before, but they are touched on in ways that make them fresh. That make the reader kind of like, oh man, that's crazy. I never thought about it like that. You know what I mean? And this is a testament to that. This is a testament of I never thought about it like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is some really great stuff here.
I know, and then I love that we keep getting the little snapshots into the other Earths, like we got it last issue because we're dealing with
I forget what they're called.
Whatever, the Multiverse Justice League, in the House of Heroes, and like we get to see like Earth 8, Earth 11, Earth 10, all these different Earths, and even, I mean, like anybody paying attention, anybody that read Multiversity, we saw these Earths in that miniseries. But Earth 41 is obviously the Image universe.
And then,
you know what
Earth
I mean?
8, Earth 8 is Doctor Doom.
Right, Earth 8 is the Marvel universe. You know what I mean?
I gotta read Multiversity.
We could literally do an episode on every issue. That's how much there is to unpack. I mean, it's fucking Grant Morrison. It's so good, dude. You're gonna love it. It's gonna blow you away. It's absolutely phenomenal. Like he does basically a Watchmen issue, right, called Pax Americana, and it's because really Watchmen was gonna be the old charlatan heroes that DC acquired: Blue Beetle, The Question, Peacemaker, Nightshade, all those characters, but DC didn't want to let Alan Moore do it, so he created the archetypes of those characters.
Wait, I didn't know that. This is...
Yeah, Rorschach is The Question.
I knew that.
Okay,
archetype. But Peacemaker, Peacemaker is the comedian. That is crazy.
Yeah. Nightshade, Sally Jupiter. And then Captain Atom is Dr. Manhattan.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought you knew that. But anyway, so he does an issue with that, and it's like it's so meta. It is like it's so dope. You have to read it. Well, I'm digressing. Anyways, so like I love that he's the one that introduced this whole House of Heroes, like Grant Morrison. So the fact that Williamson is pulling from that, but he's not trying to copy Grant Morrison, because like people try to emulate Morrison, and sometimes it just comes off like you're just trying to be Grant Morrison. And I don't feel like that. I don't feel that.
There's no way you can be the Wizard.
You can't be Grant. He's a fucking weirdo, dude. He is a talented weirdo though, and I don't call him a weirdo in the sense that like I'm trying to make fun of him, because I'm weird as fuck, bro, too. And I think that he's a mad scientist genius. He's a mad genius. Anyways, so we have like he's even holding an issue of Multiversity, President Superman, when he's talking to the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne, right? Flashpoint Batman, and he's talking about his past, and then he takes him to Earth 22. Anybody that has a deep knowledge of the DC universe knows Earth 22 is Kingdom Come. That's the Kingdom Come universe, and I love that as he's taking him there, we get Magog fucking just jumping in, or not Magog jumping in, and he's like, I thought he was reformed, but because the multiverse was rebirthed and everybody came back, some things have changed now. So even President Superman calls out, he's like, if he's gone back to his old ways, like what else could have happened? And I'll let you jump in with the Alan Scott Obsidian stuff, because otherwise
so the Alan Scott Obsidian stuff. Now Mr. Terrific, friggin' currently detective extraordinaire throughout basically a lot of the story arcs recently. He's investigating the explosion that happened at the JSA headquarters,
Right, right.
and you know, it's crazy because it's like, you know, Obsidian is over here like, well, we gotta find my sister, da 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 da. Everyone's talking about the multiverse, so not everybody knows exactly what happened, who came back, what people were taken away.
Right,
So
right.
this is all news to Obsidian. This kind of like a Lace's settle, like, oh, everybody came back, so everything's okay, right? Like, you know, initially when they hit the reset button on the entire multiverse, like, you know, a lot of people will assume like, oh, so everybody's back, like all the stories don't matter, you know, so this kind of fixes that in a sense, right? You know, because there's a lot of deaths that are pivotal to people's story arcs, but then you kind of think about it like, oh, those deaths didn't matter because they're all back now, right?
I feel like the deaths always matter. See, that's the thing that I think people.
Yeah.
Now, the one that I think should have been similar to Uncle Ben is I think Barry Allen should have stayed dead. I think that was the ultimate sacrifice, and it was done in such a way that he meant to me, he meant more to the DCU as this like guy that saved us all. He is the one that saved us. And not to say that the Barry Allen stories haven't been great. I mean, I think I didn't like them at first until Williamson took over. I think Williamson made Barry Allen a more interesting character to me than Jeff Johns did when he brought him back. But, you know, like the death of Superman, that still had the impact, right? Like, I think that what people need to, you know, readers need to like think about is that all stories matter. I think that's what the point of bringing everything back, or whatever they do bring back, is that everything counts and everything matters. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't important to you, then it's important. You know what I mean? It matters, right? It doesn't matter whether it's quote unquote in continuity. Long Halloween is not in continuity, but it's my favorite Batman story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's one of my favorites too.
And like, I just think that people need to get away from that bullshit of like, oh, well, does this count? Does this matter? Like,
is it continuity?
Is it a good story?
Is Killing Joke continuity?
Yeah. Is it a good story? Do you like it? Read it and enjoy it. Kingdom Come, DC's New Frontier, fucking, I mean, all those like Elseworld stories, whatever, dude. Like, just judge the book on what it is. Who cares whether or not it's fucking like, is it going to matter in next month's issue? Because I think that when you try to have too tight of a continuity,
and everything that's when everything is convoluted.
Yeah.
Because one little thing can ruin that person's perspective of continuity.
Right. And you limit the creatives.
Yeah, you limit the creatives. You limit where they can go, and it becomes just like a singular path. Like it becomes like a video game. You know where the end to, because the writers are playing a game that, oh, we know exactly where this is going, but we don't want to go there. It'd be better if we went here. Then it makes everything very linear. It's like the difference between like Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy 13, which was trash.
I know, I couldn't get through 13.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, I took over the conversation. I'm sorry. I just love DC Comics so much. In these two issues, it's exactly what I love about DC. And I just think that I would say this is such a good way to kind of dip your toes back into DC if you haven't been reading for a while. Yeah. He does it in a way that doesn't kind of like deter anybody, where like you can kind of just, if you have like a basic knowledge of the characters, you can read it. And if you don't know some of the characters, because not everybody knows who the fuck Hammer Chase is, but if you read issue 1 and you read this issue, like that's all you really need to know. And then if you want to go back and read more, so be it. If you like Alan Scott, you like Obsidian, you like Mr. Terrific, go back and read the fucking JSA from the early 2000s. It's a great run. You know what I mean? Like, there is stories you can go back and read. And I love Mr. Terrific, by the way. He's one of my favorite fucking characters. Yeah. I think he's phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal character design. I think he's the smartest man in the DC. I think he's a step above Batman.
Yes, I think so too. Like, especially with the Strange Adventure stuff where he's talking to his orbs, bro.
His T-spheres.
His orbs. Yeah, those fucking things are literally fucking just testing him as he's just like walking around like investigating shit.
Yes. How awesome is that? He is constantly he doesn't just exercise his muscles. He's exercising his brain constantly. He is constantly testing himself and getting smarter. Nobody else does that. Like, what a genius like way to like kind of showcase like his brilliance as he's doing other stuff. He's testing himself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dope.
Speaking of testing, we have our newest Black Lantern testing out the capabilities of his powers.
Yes.
I think this is great because, okay, so in the Black Lantern, in the Jeff Johns Black Lantern stuff, we kind of saw like a lot of the Black Lanterns as kind of mindless drones, right? I can see the color spectrum in everybody. I'm gonna eat
they're zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but this is different, right? Because he's obviously not a zombie. I mean, what do you even call him? Like he even kind of says it himself. What about
Black Arrow?
Black Arrow? It's like nah. Jason would just make fun of me. Like, you know, and then you know, he's trying to test out the limit of his powers. Like what is it? Like, do I have an oath? Like, did Hal? Like, do I do like he has no instruction manual. There's no like even his ring doesn't talk to him, right? Yeah. He's kind of left in the wind because he has nothing. So he just kind of reminisces back when he was still Speedy, back in the old, like, you know, glory days of DC. And it's like, let me ask you this, kid. When you take the shot, who's in control? You or the bow? And then...
I'm telling you, dude, Williamson just, like, he gets each character to their core. Yeah, no matter which one he's writing, it doesn't matter what character he writes. He fucking gets their voices down perfectly. You know what I mean? Like Hal Jordan, Oliver Queen, Dinah Lance, Roy Harper, Alan Scott, Obsidian, fucking Mr. Terrific, Superman, Batman. Every single person he's writing feels like that best version of that character when I'm reading.
Yeah. It kind of feels like honestly, it kind of feels like whenever I read Williamson's stuff specifically, I get a lot of like Justice League Unlimited feels, or like, you know, Justice League, you know, animated Justice League feels. Not in a sense of how the stories are, like they're kind of like kid friendly, but in the sense that they have the voices, a very familiar voice that makes it them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, whenever you get like, if you have Tom King, for instance, if you have Tom King writing anybody, you know it's going to be the darkest and dreariest version of themselves, right? Right, like the darkest and dreariest, right? But and then you get someone like Jeff Johns, like you have quite possibly the most positive version of themselves, right? But this I kind of feel like like you said, it taps on nostalgia, but it also presents the character very new.
Yeah.
Like I love the whole thing. Like, you know, what am I, Black Arrow now? And then, you know, all of a sudden, boom!
I want to know it, dude.
The dark side shit too. What the fuck?
Yeah, the logo changes from the Black Lantern logo to the Omega logo. So I really like that. I have no idea where the series is going. At all. And I fucking love that. Because it's a mystery. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed, at least from what I'm taking of it, is one of the stories taking place is a detective story, is kind of like the murder mystery thing, right? Mm-hmm. Even though we have like the Alan Scott is looking for Jade because we don't know how that blew up. We have Cameron Chase kind of going around fucking figuring out what she's doing. I mean, even the ads.
I mean, Thomas Wayne, like. Thomas Wayne,
what's that about?
Thomas Wayne, what's that about? Like, what is happening?
Like,
and
dude,
then, you know, you have
so many things.
Yeah. And you have, what's his name with the mask? Dr. Psycho. I mean,
Psycho Pirate.
Psycho Pirate. Dr. Psycho. Yeah. Psycho Pirate, like with the Omega logo, like that's fucking wild to me. Like, who is in control here?
I know, and then the last little bit of this book is fucking Captain Atom, who's not even really Captain Atom, and Cameron Chase calls him out. She's like, "You're not from this Earth. Where are you from?" You know what I mean? Like that. Like, it was kind of like what you said when we first started talking. Like, who are you? Are you even the real Dylan? Like, that's interesting too, because like you can't even trust. Like, wait, you were dead. Are you back from the dead,
Are
or
you
are
back?
you a different
Or
version?
yeah.
So
And,
that's
and it's crazy with this because like obviously regular people like you and I wouldn't be able to do that, but when it's superheroes and or supervillains or anti-heroes like crossing over into like other worlds, like the ramifications of that is immense. Like let's say we have like okay, who's like permanently dead? Who's permanently dead here?
in DC. I don't know
Yeah,
anybody that's
I
permanently
don't
dead.
know. Okay, let's say someone was permanently dead. Let's say Clark was permanently dead, right?
Okay.
Then and then all of a sudden you have Red Sun Superman show up in Earth Zero, and then the ramifications of that is just absolutely immense and damn near infinite. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it can shatter things to grounds. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, I hate using the trope of evil Superman, but like that's like the quickest one I could think of.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I mean I get it. Or Injustice Superman. You know
yeah,
what I
or
mean? Like,
Injustice,
you know
GD,
what I mean?
Jesus
Like, so
Christ.
there's a lot of and like posing as this world's Clark, right? Like
Yeah,
that's what's scary because this dude's trying to pretend like he is this world's or Earth Zero's Captain Atom.
yeah.
So I think that I'm super excited for what's coming next. I like this is probably one of my favorite. I mean, I guess it's an event book, but it's not because it's not. I like that it's just self-contained. It's not like sprinkled out across the entire line. This is
Yeah.
obviously leading in to something else that has not been announced yet. I think that Williamson, when I last talked with him, that's kind of what he said. Like this is just the beginning. Like we even have like at the end, like all the DC books have these like multiversal mysteries to be solved. Some of them have been solved, but like there's all sorts of shit that we're going to be seeing over the next few months. I'm pretty sure that this ends into the fall. So whatever event is going to happen is either going to happen next summer or it's going to happen in the spring. I'm feeling it like it'll probably be in the spring because
I
we've
feel like
seen.
in the spring because like I feel like there's a lull. I feel like there's like event lulls like
Yeah,
in the winter, and then
right.
we get something spring. That's how we got Future State, right? We got Future State in the spring,
Hmm.
right? Or like February, March, and then the new rollout just started happening right before summer started.
Right. So I think that, I'm just I can't say it enough. I'm excited. The art great, writing great, great book, and I can't wait to we'll definitely talk the rest of the series as it's going on. But yeah, Infinite Frontier is awesome. Go pick it up. Let's talk Skybound X.
Skybound.
So the
Yes.
creative teams for this. Main chapter, obviously, is still the Rick Grimes 2000. Robert Kirkman, Ryan Otley, Cliff Rathburn, Dave McKay, Russ Wooten on that. And then we have a Birthright story by Joshua Williamson, Andre Bresson, Adriana Lucas, Pat Brousseau, and then Everyday Hero Machine Boy by
Trevong.
Trevong and Irma Navilla. And
Davila,
Trevong
yeah.
is the artist, Irma is the colorist, Adidia Bidikar letter. Then we have a Stillwater story
Hey.
by Chip Zdarsky, Ramon Perez, Mike Spicer, Russ Wooten. Um,
Did you read the about the author of Chip Zdarsky?
no, I already know who Chip is, so I didn't read it, but now I'm gonna read it. Sometimes they're spooky. Hold on. Writes and draws comics. Sometimes they're spooky, sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're great. He's the co-creator of Sex Criminals for Image Comics, writes for Marvel. If you see him at a convention, don't look him in the eye, or you'll fall in love. The best part about that is the photo with the fucking witch's hat and the wig. No, this dude is just too much. But we'll
Chip
talk Stillwater.
Zdarsky.
So, Rick Grimes 2000 is more the same. I mean, we kind of talked about it. We don't have to dive too deep into it. It's great.
It's
Kirkman's
just
writing,
so off the
it's
wall,
it's it's
dude.
insane. It's insane, but it's so good. And
Yeah, it is.
it's like Ryan Otley has been bottled up for the past however many years he's been at Marvel doing
And
Spider-Man.
doing Spider-Man, right?
He's been bottled up and he's been unleashed. The fucking blood, the guts, everything that he has not been able to do in Spider-Man, he is now doing in this story. Like there is people being torn in half, there is fucking organs being fucking flung around, blood everywhere.
There's
And
people being eaten.
it's just so
Like,
it's such an awesome story. I fucking Lori gets her comeuppance, which was nice to see. Yeah, and then we get the I guess I guess it's a spoiler alert. I don't know. Andrea's back, and I fucking thought that was pretty dope too. Like she comes in, pouches everywhere, pouches everywhere, dude.
She comes in. Oh, she comes in in her whole cable regalia.
Yes, she looks like Cable.
She's fucking
She's
Cable,
Cable.
dog.
Yeah.
This is fucking Andrea.
Oh, dude. So this, again, I'll let. We don't need to dive too deep into that because like we've already talked about the story in the last one. It's the aliens, are the reason that the whole zombie apocalypse happened on Earth, and now we've been flung into the future. People that were dead in The Walking Dead are back, and the writing is fucking top notch. The art is top notch, and but that shouldn't be the reason you pick up this book. Every story in here is great, and I'll let you kind of, because I'm worried I might spoil something if I start first. So I'll let you, yeah. So I think I might be one volume behind or 2 volumes behind because I was reading it in trade. It's a great series. So Birthright basically, or here I'll tell you basically what Birthright is, and I won't spoil anything. So Birthright is basically like all those old '80s movies where a kid disappears, and he ends up in like some fairy tale land and goes on an adventure.
Yeah.
It deals with what happens on this end of it, right? Like on Earth, on the you know what I mean, like to the family where it's a missing kid. The kid in Birthright is gone for years, and the dad gets accused of murder because he was the one that was there. People think that he like killed him, but they have no proof. I don't know. I can't remember if he goes to jail or not. So it's just dealing. It's just dealing with that. But then he comes back as a fucking full-blown adult, and his time had moved differently where he was. Yeah. So he grew up, and even though like he has an older brother who is the main focal point of this story. This is his brother. So I don't know the end of Birthright, so it kind of spoiled it for me a little bit, not too much, because obviously it doesn't give you the details. But yeah, it's an amazing story.
That's cool. I like that. I like how whatever they do in these stories, they touch back on old stories, but they don't give away too much where like it'll ruin it for new readers, right? Because I was already interested in Birthright to begin with because I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I've heard you talk about it. I've heard people at the shop talking about it. There's like I think Birthright is one of I think like the 3rd or 4th biggest sub at at Arsenal. But by the time I heard about it, I think it was already pretty deep into the story. I think it was already in its like 30s or something. Yeah. But but what I like about this is it's like it does have 80s vibes to it. Like it does have 80s vibes to it, even right down to the design of that like that little monster island they go to where the kid meets death, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, who doesn't love a good 80s movie? Like
he touches. Joshua Williamson is like, I think he's like literally he's either, I think he's in between her. He's our age. Let's just say he's our age. Yeah. And he just knows that sweet spot. And I think that's why he is like right now he's top 5 writer to me. Mm-hmm. And anything he puts his name on, I'm gonna pick it up without a doubt. Birthright would have been on my pulls if I was not late to the game on that. I think I had the first arc in single issues, but then I had fallen so far behind that I just picked up the trades, and it's a great series. And yeah, I mean, and the art too, right?
Yeah, dude.
He's like fucking dope artist.
Yeah. Once the freaking zombies pop out of the fucking of the ground and it goes into a full-fledged freaking battle mode, like that shit is fucking great. Like so good. Especially that where is it? Especially the page where he puts the cigarette out on the zombie's head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just and like now he's death. That's who he's talking to. This is Dear Mikey. Mikey is the brother that went missing, right? So now he's somehow in this world, and because this obviously takes place post Birthright Volume 10, which was the last volume. But I'm so excited to fucking read that. I'm like, I didn't even tell you that, like, you don't even know the twist of the entire, like, the first volume, the twist that Williamson fucking gives you is, it's, to me, it was unexpected. Maybe
Yeah.
other people would say no, I completely saw that it was going that route, but it's so good. And the entire series from, beginning to end is dope as fuck. There's a page it's in the first volume. It's like I think it's a treasure room or something. And there are so many Easter eggs in there. And I won't tell you what the Easter eggs are, but if you look, you'll see, like, oh, I know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. And it's so dope. And I love when artists do that, when because they're having fun. They're having fun with what they're working on, and it comes out. And the fact that they did the entire series together, like, in pretty fucking timely fashion, like, it was never late. It was always consistently, but nobody talks about that book either. I feel like it flew under the radar the entire run. But just the world building, the characters, the designs for the characters, the heart that the story has, because that's really, at the end of the day, to me, like, that's what I take from it, is it's just full of heart, action-packed, fucking twist after twist. It's so good. I'm glad. Hopefully people check it out because of this.
Yeah. You know what has a lot of heart? This little machine boy.
Astro Boy?
Yeah, this little like 2000, this little 2021 Astro Boy. I'm not gonna call it that. That's kind of like a discredit to what it is, but
I know.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was gonna be too.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was gonna be too. But this is definitely different than Astro Boy, because Astro Boy was manufactured in a giant facility, and he was manufactured to be the superhero, right? But this is different. I kind of get like little Spider-Man vibes from this guy. Okay. But of course, we're talking about Everyday Hero Machine Boy. Everyday Hero Machine Boy. You hear that off top, you think Astro Boy, right? But like I said, I'm getting a lot of Spider-Man vibes from this, because there's because he's a street level little hero who's just trying to help people do things. Because when you first see him, he's kind of, when you first get a glimpse into where they are, into this, like, mega city-ish type setting, it's this giant heat wave, generators are going out, people are suffering, like, they don't know what the hell is going on, like, there's a riot almost ensues with one of the construction workers because they can't get the generator working, because apparently there was a giant robot attack. Right. There's a giant robot attack, and like they're still suffering from it. And then you see Machine Boy, right? Machine Boy. Yeah, Machine Boy. He has he goes to his grandma, and his grandma's like, how you doing? Like, how you like, it's funny because you see the grandma like in front of a fan, like sweating her ass off. Like, I feel like that's how it's been the past couple of days in Southern California. It's been terrible. I mean, we're not Death Valley, but we're still hot as fuck. It's been hot as shit. It's like it's to the point where like you sit down and you're sweating. Like, that's it. Like, and like everything's brutal, sticking to you. But yeah, anyway, like they're definitely conveying a heat wave in this. And then anyway, you see him pull out a list of just some nice things to do or to help out, right? Then
fix Mr. Hound's greenhouse, fix pothole on was it on Dunpass, fix Mr. Guppy's TV dish, like just like he's just it's like, oh, go saving a cat out of a tree. It's just like simple things that he's doing to like kind of like assist people. It's nothing really super heroic about what he's doing. He's helping. Yeah. He's helping. This is his way of helping without drawing too much attention to himself. It's not super heroics, but the thing is, like, dude, if someone fixed a pothole that's been giving people grief for years, I would praise that person. Right? It's kind of like the guy who would draw dicks on potholes so they would fix it. You hear about that? There was a guy who's spray painting. Yeah, there was dicks all up and down the street over here one day. I was like, what the fuck are you kids doing, dude? And then the city came and fixed the potholes, right? Like, some heroes don't wear capes, bro. Like if somebody has to draw dicks to get work done, draw those dicks. Yeah, draw those dicks. But Everyday Hero Machine Boy is not drawing dicks. He's actually helping people out.
And then he finally gets his big hero moment, right? And it goes back to the construction worker and trying to get the generator fixed, and then it kind of reveals like who Machine Boy is after that. I mean, not only does he save the generator, but he saves the day. But we kind of get a little bit of a backstory, and this is one of Skybound's new and upcoming like titles. Like this is
the
what
YA
I like.
stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the YA stuff. I'm like, I'm
you,
ready
dude.
for it.
Yes,
I'm ready for it. This is
right
cool.
now. I think this is gonna help Skybound blow up, dude. More
Yeah,
than they already are. Because doing stories like this that are YA or all ages, dude,
that can be
you can get into the Scholastic book fairs and stuff like that. You know what I
yeah
mean? Like you can get into schools. You
yeah
can't put just like Walking Dead or Outcast or Invincible in schools, but you can put books like this, and
yeah
this is going to help them reach a market that Image in general has not been able to fucking touch on. And
yeah.
Skybound, Kirkman, I fully believe that this is Kirkman's idea. I'm sure he has people that he works with, maybe that were also maybe suggesting, but this is going to put them on another level and reach a completely different audience that we haven't seen before. You can do a Walking Dead book and let younger kids read it because it's not going to be as gory because it's a YA book. So you're not going to see the same level of gore. You're not going to read the same like dialogue, right? It's not going to be cussing up a storm or shit like that. And I mean, I'm here for all of it. I think it's great what they're doing, and they're turning me on to a new creator. I knew who Tilly Walden was, but I know that maybe not everybody did. Tree Vong, Irma Novella, and well, I know Diddy Bidikar, but like Tree and Irma, what they're creating here, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm excited. Like I can't wait for this.
This is gonna be like this can easily turn into a franchisable like a franchisable title for all ages.
Yeah,
Like
and it could also turn into animated series or a movie. You know, like it has those vibes to me. And I'm not saying they're doing this to create a movie, but it seems like it's tailor made.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And honestly, like I'm surprised speculators haven't picked up on this.
They didn't pick up on the first issue, which was the first appearance of Clementine in a comic book.
Yeah.
So I was really blown away that nobody fucking did that because speculators speculate on the dumbest shit. Oh, this is the first appearance of Miles Morales' baby sister. It's a fucking baby. Are you assuming that she's going to grow up in 10 years and become something? Like, so it's just, yeah, the book was like a $15 book. It still is. But yeah, I think that I'm loving that they're giving us they're giving us like old stories, right? Like with old franchises that we either haven't seen in a while, or they're introducing us to current series that are happening, and then also into stuff that we're going to see in the future. It has a perfect blend. I think it's a perfect intro to the Skybound line. And I think it's such an awesome idea, such an awesome project. It's $5. You get 4 stories. It's square bound, and each story just gives you the perfect sampling of what they're telling you. Except, well, the Walking Dead story is going to be in all 6 issues, but for the rest of them, we're introducing new concepts. I mean, he's got another one. Kirkman already announced the book he's doing with Jason Howard is going to be debuting in here, so he's going to have a new ongoing series, and like. It's just awesome. And then we'll talk Stillwater because that's the last story. But
so Stillwater, dude.
It's such a great little fucking.
How
many pages is it? Like 6 pages.
So good.
7 pages. It's awesome, dude. It's such a. It's the little boy that jumps off the fucking roof, right?
Yeah.
So he's a little shithead that got in trouble in Volume 1, and we open and he's being dug out of the grave, which. If you haven't read,
nobody's even here for you, you stupid kid. Stop fucking around.
Which, if you haven't read Volume 1, like that's how they punish people that do something wrong in Stillwater, right? Like because you can't
bury him alive.
You just bury him alive for however long, and usually people are there when you come out, and like nobody gives a fuck about this kid because it's a recurring thing apparently, where he's always doing something wrong, and we have the judge who's a fucking piece of shit. You know like. You don't even need to read volume 1 to know that he's an asshole. I mean, like, you get it right here. It's a good little introduction.
You just kind of have to know what the deal is with the town. You know?
That's the only thing you need to know.
That's the only thing you know.
It tells you. And it tells you in the little brief description.
Yeah. Right.
But like, the whole thing is, like, the whole point of this story to me is, like, he sees the cat, he lives with his grandpa, and he's like, and he talks about, like, what do you need that cat for? All it brings is trouble. Like, why can't he be like the other pets?
And go be a part of a pack, Yeah. Like, which is crazy. It's a crazy concept. It was a crazy concept because, like, they don't, they because in Stillwater, nobody eats. They only eat because they like it. Like, no one really has to, like, drink water or do anything like that. They only do it because they enjoy it, right? Yeah. And that includes everybody and everything within the town's borders. So that includes cats and pets and all animals. So, like, if you're an irresponsible adult and you don't feed your fucking goldfish, it's fine because your goldfish should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And also, they realize we don't need you.
Yeah, we don't need you. So yeah, so it's this whole level of sentience. It's not even sentience, but just whole level of independence that animals get. But this cat wants to be with people. This cat wants to be with people, and this cat wants to be, like, there's this higher level of intelligence with this cat that that cats have a superiority complex, which you'll come to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, they're saying, oh, why were you out? And you kind of get like, wow, you kind of get why Galen was being punished, because he went outside of the borders to get the cat because he wanted to bring the cat back because the cat had wandered out of the borders. And then you kind of get, like, a little glimpse into his past. Like, his grandma kind of left and walked away and it was never to be found again, which kind of made the old man ratchety and, And then, they didn't want to be here. They didn't want to stay. The kids arguing with them. They didn't want to be here. They wanted to die because, what good is living forever? And it's like this whole thing, and it's super sweet. You kind of get, like, immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be, right?
Right.
And there's just some beautiful moments. Like, once the big argument happens, it's just like page after page of just small moments. Yeah. These small, beautiful moments with a guy and his pet cat, and letting go, and, like, I can't leave, but you can.
Yeah, I know. It's a beautiful story.
It's a beautiful short. Like, God damn it, Chip Zdarsky, got you, motherfucker.
He's in the top 5, dude. He's in the top 5 for me, right?
Like, he's gonna he'll definitely, he's definitely gonna fall in the category of GOAT, like, once friggin' in 5 years time, because he's been around for a while already. Like,
yes.
So yeah, so, like, give him another 5 years, freaking GOAT.
He's gonna eventually. I have a feeling, I could be wrong, but he's going to take over a flagship title at either Marvel or DC. Yeah. He's on good books. Daredevil's a very popular character, but I wouldn't say he's, like, the flagship title at Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, he's just got his following, and everybody, like, always has good runs. But he's either gonna be on Spider-Man, or he's gonna be on Batman. I think those are my guesses, because he writes one of the best Batmans I've ever read.
I'm a proud member of the cult of Zdarsky. I will follow this man.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes. If my mother once asked me if Chip Zdarsky jumped off of a bridge, would you? And I told her I'd jump before him.
So that he could land on me.
So
yeah, I think that this book is just another great issue for this series. Infinite Frontier was great. It's crazy that there wasn't a lot of books for us to talk about. I feel like this week there wasn't a ton. I know
it was definitely a light week.
Yeah,
definitely a light week for the stuff that we like anyway.
Right.
So because there were a lot of titles. Don't get us wrong. When we say light week, we mean a light week for our stuff and our personal polls and stuff that we might like. Not like a light week like only 6 books came out. Because
and like case, I would have said let's read Sinister War, because I thought that was actually a pretty good fucking first issue. But I know that you're not caught up in Spider-Man. Yeah. You would have been completely lost. It was not a good entry point for people that aren't reading Spider-Man, which I guess is bad. I guess it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, I guess
Yeah.
you could pick it up if you have a knowledge of Spider-Man, who his villains are and stuff. But like, it's really just a continuation of what has been going
What's
on for
been
the
going
past
on,
week.
right? Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, I love the books. Let's talk what we're gonna
Moon Knight
read
number
next
one.
week. Moon Knight number one.
Yeah.
Blue and Gold number one.
Yeah.
Superman and the Authority is out next week as well.
Let's fucking do it.
And then Skybound X. So I know we said we were going to start reading 3, but there's so
No.
much. There's so much next week.
Fucking Moon Knight. Let's
I
fucking
know.
go.
Yes. I know. He didn't even finish his sentence when I was like, so what's, because he showed me DC at work yesterday what's coming out, and then he's like, sorry, he's like, Moon. I was like, oh, it's next week. Yes. I'm talking Moon Knight. Of course. I love Moon Knight. Yeah. So I guess that was fast. That was easy. We'll just do those 4. I think there was a 5th book. Actually, no, I wrote down 5 and I didn't include Skybound. So I think there was a lot, but we'll just have it be those 4.
Okay. Mother of Madness comes out next week.
Oh,
I'm just gonna touch on it. I read it already. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
The
Do you
art was
want
great. Yeah, there's a lot of books, but if anything, we'll just touch on Mother of Madness real quick because yeah. But
okay. All right. So Skybound
because it's not a lot of crazy. It's a lot to take in as far as like the information, but once you get the information, you realize it's really not a lot.
It's the Mother of Dragons new comic. So
yeah,
all
it's
right,
the Mother of Dragons new comic. So the hype around this is already pretty big, and people have been asking me about it, like, "Oh, what do you think about?" Kind of like joking about it, but I keep on telling them, like, "Dude, I like it. Like, it's pretty cool." Like, and there's been a lot of like stupid, like pretty sexist jokes. It's like, "Oh, she gets her powers when she gets period." Like, God, that's not even. First off, that's fucking sexist. Second of all, like, read the fucking book. like.
People are so stupid.
Dude, I'm offended when people say that. Like, what? Like, no, it's like she like every character, every superhero, she's emotional, and her powers are triggered.
Is that really?
So, no. So
I thought
her powers,
people were just
okay. No, her powers are triggered by her emotion. So like if she gets scared, she'll go invisible. If she has like adrenaline, she's becomes invincible. Like there's different levels of her powers. Like she can become like Mr. Fantastic, all stretchy and stuff. When it's all triggered by different emotions. So it's not like she has one set power, but her powers are based on emotion, which is cool. Like I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like what if she's scared, like when she shouldn't be, or what if she like you know what I mean? Like so this opens up a little realm of pretty crazy stuff, and like the whole fourth wall breaking thing is kind of cool.
Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, we can do 5. Like we've done 5 before.
We've done 5 before.
We'll
say 5 now, and then we'll see how we feel when we we actually record next week.
Okay, we're doing Skybound X3, Blue and Gold number 1, Superman and Authority number 1, Moon Knight number 1, and then
Mom. We're doing Mom.
We're doing Mom. Okay. So that's all we got for this week. And if you're not already following us, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Comic Lounge. Follow Dylan at The Dillbot on Instagram. Dillbot is dope on Twitter. And make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new vid goes up. Hit that TeePublic link down below. You can get some Comic Lounge merch. And on that note, we're out.
Later, buds.